Yo, what up, friends? Okay, cool. So Alberto Puello, 24-0, undefeated, 10 KOs versus the Boricua Subriel Matias, 22-2, 22 KOs. All of his wins by knockout. 12 rounds for the WBC junior welterweight title. Yayo, we coming right back at you.
Yeah, man, this is my favorite fight of the night. If we're gonna be keeping it real, honestly, man, I was super impressed with Puello. I believe he fought one of the Russell brothers, and he put a master class on against a master boxing family. You understand? Mm-hmm. So you got to give Puello him his dues, man. Honestly, I don't want to pick against the guy, but I'm taking Matias. And I'm taking Matias by. I'm gonna take him KO 10 because I mean it's something different with him. It's something different with him. He got heavy hands and he throws a lot of punches, and it could be too much, and he'll take them too to give them. So I just think Matias is gonna do his thing. But listen, man, I don't want to take credit away from Puello. He's a great fighter, and he could probably get another belt.
All right, Clubber D.
This was for that WBC that they when Haney was in recession, whatever it is. Puello, you know, he's an ex pet offender. He did beat Gary Anton. I got him winning by a majority decision. I feel like the Paro fight when Subriel Matias lost kind of exposed him fighting a fighter on that level. And I think Puello would beat Paro, so I'm going to majority decision.
All right, Skywalker.
It's going to be a good fight. Credit to Puello. He's a good fighter. Technical. Subriel just does damage, man. Like his volume. He likes to break down fighters. Goes to the body a lot. I'm going to go Matias KO 6. I just think it's a return. He's got that momentum. Ever since he lost to Liam Paro, he just had a recent fight. And he got a stoppage in that fight. So I think he's going to continue his boogeyman. He's a Cocoy, you know. He's the boogeyman of Puerto Rico. So
not to be confused with the coqui. The country's main animal, the frog.
He's a chupacabra.
Boogeyman.
Hey, Josh, and some coquito, the main drink of the island.
You guys seen that video? But I mean, he really, literally has, he has a body on his record, man.
I was at that fight. It was at National Harbor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was out there too.
Yeah,
I didn't see you, Clubber D. You should have hit me up.
I was there for Lomachenko too, and Darrell.
Oh yeah, I was out there
for that one.
Hey, look, bro, we got to keep it real though. He's a black Puerto Rican, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
he a black Puerto Rican. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it real every time. He's a black Puerto Rican. That's why he ain't get the same love as all the other ones got.
Like Tego Cabrera.
He didn't get that tour like Berlanga got after he lost to Canelo. He didn't get that tour in Puerto Rico like Berlanga.
Afro Latino.
Like Trinidad.
Guess depends who you grew up with. Josh, who you got in that fight? Because I grew up with three of the darker ones, and I was the one that was singled out all the time. Yeah. Josh, what you got?
Hey, I got. Well, I think it's an interesting fight on paper. I do think it's a very interesting fight. But I do think that Puello can account for himself enough defensively to pull off a decision. I'm going to go split decision. Wow. Puello.
All right, split decision Puello. I'm not going to go against my Puerto Rican brother. He has obviously lost twice, but as was mentioned, 22 wins, 22 KOs. If you're going to stand in there and tell me that you're going to take that kind of heavy punching all fight long and not want to just give up, I just don't believe you. I'm sorry. So I got KO 7 for Matias. Yeah, you can stay out of the way long enough, but if you get caught, you're still going to be hurting.
Now, Matias versus Gary Antoine Russell.
They're not moving.
Stylistically,
Puello fought Russell and will stand everything and win that fight. So that's why I'm leaning towards him.
They could run it back.
All right.
Yeah, I would love it. I would
They could
love
run
it.
it back.
Unified.
Yeah.
Josh, Shakur Stevenson is 23-0 with 11 KOs, fighting William Zepeda, 33-0, both undefeated fighters here, 27 KOs for Zepeda, 12 rounds for the WBC lightweight title. Who you got, Josh?
They're about to put respect on the name of Shakur Stevenson. I forget what I get to say to Champ Ross, but I believe it was 8th round stoppage. He's getting it done. No more of this talk. Shakur is getting it done just to shut people up. And even if the ring is small, he's still a defensive enough fighter that if he wanted to sit in there and play around with him, he could. So I got Shakur. 8th round stoppage. It's over.
And just because I have the same exact pick as you and I have nothing to add, I'm going with that as well. TKO 8 for Shakur. Skywalker, what you got?
As much as I want to go for La Raza, William Zepeda, I think he's a good fighter, but he didn't really convince me with the Tevin Farmer fight. With the Tevin Farmer fight, he kind of struggled with Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer, credit to him, he's a veteran, but he's a lot older. You would expect, the kind of performance that like Kid Austin recently just had with Tevin Farmer, got him out of there in 1 round.
Dojo.
If Zepeda would have just ran through Tevin Farmer and then maybe beat someone else, and then he's fighting Shakur, I'd be going for Zepeda. I'd be like, man, I think he can do it. Based off of Shakur's last performances, which were a lot of people thought were boring. He was running. I've seen Shakur whoop ass. I've seen him even with Oscar Valdez. That was a good ass fight. He didn't get the stoppage, but he ended up dropping Valdez and messing him up. And he was real aggressive. I kind of feel like that's going to happen in this fight because stylistically, El Camarón is going to come forward and want to fight in the pocket. So I'm going to say Shakur stoppage, man. I'm going to agree, but I'm going to go way later. I'm going to say round 11. Yeah, I think he could take it, bro. Most Mexicans are tough, man.
That is
Take
funny.
a lot to knock out a Mexican, I'll tell you that.
TKO 11. All right, let's go. Clubber D, what you got?
Did it again, Skywalker. I put it like this. They try to test Zepeda with Farmer to see if he can fight somebody similar to Shakur for that lateral movement. And he looked I wasn't a fan of the way he looked. I thought he lost the first fight. But and I see why they didn't want to fight Shakur until now. But I had Shakur round 10 stoppage. One before you again.
1 round, yeah. See,
it's the 3rd fight in a row.
There you go. Pape, what you got?
It's a setup. Y'all don't see it? It's a setup, bro. It is a setup. For those of you who don't know, the smallest ring that professional fighters could fight in is 16 by 16.
Mm-hmm.
I call them the Telemundo rings. We seen Foster go and fight in the Telemundo ring, and they almost got him. He had a last second stoppage, and he was able to escape out of the dungeon with his belt. They didn't set this boy up. My man's gonna throw 100 punches around if he can catch him. But ultimately, I just think Shakur has better feet. He definitely has better class, but I'm only taking him by majority decision because I think they're setting him up to fail. So they're giving everybody else all the advantages. Like, whenever you ever seen that? Like, oh, this dude got a 45-inch vertical, so we're gonna lower the rim to 8 feet, right? Like, that's what they're doing. So it's bogus, and I'm taking Shakur by majority decision.
All right, Shakur by majority decision. Yeah, they actually there was a picture posted in the group the other day about the shrinking ring idea that was apparently proposed.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, first of all, how much money would you have to put into a ring to be able to do that? Because the hydraulics would have to move in, and you'd have to do all.
Yeah,
Bro, did you forget about the first Turkey show? Didn't they have a ring? A ring came up out the ground, bro. They built the whole city in 6 months.
They had elephants and shit.
Them Africans built that whole city in 6 months.
Just like the World Cup going to Qatar, same thing.
Let that sink in.
They could. I don't think that's shrinking ring. That's just a gimmick. They couldn't. That's so.
The ring came up out there. You see that 3D show they put on? They not playing.
That was Ngannou Fury, right?
They ain't playing.
Well, hey,
what I will say real quick is that some of the larger gyms, they usually have one of the larger rings, maybe a 20 by 20, And some will have a smaller ring, some even smaller than 16 by 16, if depending on the size of the overall gym. So I think that Shakur will be prepared either way. But that being said, yeah, it could make a difference, that ring size, in terms of helping Zepeda get to him a little bit quicker or not having to cover as much distance. But an elite defensive fighter, I think, is still going to be all right.
Yeah, we seen Pitbull get touched up in a small ring, and he was doing what he do.
The main event, which I didn't know, if I looked at those records, Stevenson and Zepeda, I'm thinking that's the main event. You got two undefeated fighters that are both well-named fighters. I just assumed that was the main event. So apparently this is, which I'm not mad. He's Puerto Rican, so I can't be mad at that. Edgar Berlanga, 23-1, 18 KOs versus Hamza Sheeraz, 21-0, undefeated with 17 KOs. So these two dudes are throwing, just very, very heavy punches that are looking to knock you out very quickly. What you got on this, Yayo?
Much like the rest of the world, we drank the Kool-Aid on Hamza. I really do think that he's a skilled fighter, and his fight with I think it was Austin. Ammo Williams. Yeah, his fight with Ammo really it showed that he had some skills. But then the next guy he fought, it was like he didn't show up, and it was like, what happened? You had some trouble with the weight cut or something like that. So ultimately, I think Hamza he got a big old chink in his armor, and I think it has to do with confidence. And I believe Berlanga is the right guy to find out if he still has his confidence, right? So I think Berlanga gonna get back to his old ways. You know what I'm saying? I know Fat Joe can't walk him out the ring no more because we packed him up. So, but I'm gonna still ride with Berlanga for KO 6.
Hey, well, before we go to Clubber D, I'm just gonna ride your coattails. KO 5, baby. What you got, Clubber D?
I'm opposite. I think Berlanga's doing too much. I think he's last person he fought worked at Jiffy Lube after he left UPS. Sheeraz is a taller guy. I like to see him at this nice kind of filled out. I think all these antics that Berlanga's doing against De La Hoya and everybody else, I got Sheeraz winning by decision.
Wow. All right. Well, Josh, what you got on this one?
Hey, Ernest, you said that Berlanga's going to get back to what he do. What is he really? He had that little first-round knockout streak against people he was expected to beat. Mm-hmm. They've done some work on him. I will give him that. He hung in there with Canelo at least and put up a decent enough fight or whatnot. But that being said, I'm still not sold. And I think that Hamza Sheeraz, even though he's moving up, he's going to feel a lot better at 168. And he's getting the job done. I got Sheeraz via stoppage. I'm going to go 9th round.
9th round TKO. Skywalker, what you got?
I got Sheeraz by decision. I think I want to, just kind of piggyback off what Ernest was saying, talking about confidence. But I think that there's a thing called overconfidence. And that's what Berlanga's got that over with the fake jewelry, throwing the money. I think all that shit that's going on in his head, he should be focusing on the fight. So I'm going to go Sheeraz decision.
Subscribe on YouTube at Ball and Buds